right, there we go. Well, guys, welcome to the Dragon Drive News presented by Summit Racing for October 14th, 2023. Dude, we don't even count Dragon Drive News episode numbers anymore because I can't keep the show straight. So this is gonna be a short one today, guys. So we're gonna jump into it here quickly. I'm headed to Mokan Dragway for the 301 Street Car Shootout, which is a charity drag race that I actually ran for about 10 years. And this is the first one that the 301 Streetcar team, who always supported me, are now running, which is really cool. So I want to be there and I want to support them, but it starts at 11 and it's about an hour and a half for me. So, I got to be there for the driver meeting and take all that stuff in. I am taking the big camera, and there's going to be a ton of drag and drive racers there. So we're going to have some content that'll come from that as well after I get into some drag week, back to the streets, and race week content, dude. I'm telling you, I'm so ready for that. Eric has some other obligations today. We are lucky we got him in here for the 15 or 18 minutes. We're going to do this today. So I want to say thanks to that. We just wanted to get back on schedule with the news, man. I feel like we weren't taking a break. We were working, but
Yeah.
it's hard to jump on. So we're going to talk about upcoming events for the remainder of the year because we missed a few on Wednesday night's Dragon Drive show. We missed one or two at least. And then we're going to talk about the new Dragon Drive World Champion points leader. So let's kick this thing off with the video that Eric made. If you want some intros like what we've got, dude, hit Eric up on Facebook or Instagram and see what it can do for your channel. All right, guys. Well, if you don't know, my name is Mike Narks. I am the host of the Dragon Drive Show and News. I'm a Dragon Drive statistician and promoter. You can find me everywhere, but typically I post everything under the Dragon Drive Addiction moniker on every social media platform that's out there. Eric, introduce yourself. Tell them who you are and what you do.
I am Eric White, your co host for Dragon Drive News and Dragon Drive Show. Coming up on almost a year, we've been doing this now. Kind of crazy.
Dude, it's crazy.
And
It
then,
is absolutely crazy.
and outside of that, I run my own social media channels, 815 LSX Swaps, which just hit 1 million total channel views. So that was super exciting. I knew it had happened on the 8th and was just waiting for the artwork to come through. So super excited. I got that last night. So thanks for everybody who does jump over there and check out my stuff as well.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's a huge milestone. 1 million video views is awesome for small channels like us, man. It's really cool to see your growth over the last, I would say, 6 or 8 months. You've really been pouring a lot of time and work into that. All right, let's jump into it, guys. I want to say thank you to all of our race car friends for your support. We can't do this without your likes, shares, comments, all that kind of stuff. So hit the share button real quick for us and make sure you hit the like button as you come in here and listen to this rambletron of stuff we got going on. There's a lot of info we're fixing to cram down your throat. I want to say thanks to our sponsors too. Summit Racing, you see them on the bottom of the screen. Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Howard's Cam, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. We couldn't do it without them. They make our travel and all of the stuff that goes into all of this possible. So thank you very much to them. We look forward to some continued support through 2024, which we're talking to some of those over the next couple of weeks. So it's going to be exciting. All right, dude. Events, Dragon Drive events, and one other event sprinkled in there. So we have the Street Machine Magazine Drag Challenge. I think ended what would be probably 5 a.m. for us because they're in Australia. But I think we're going to do a deep dive on them Wednesday night, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But you've got a name of a racer or something that won the overall or won this class or what were you looking at a minute ago?
I think it was Dan Case, and it was one of the Outlaw winners.
Nice,
The aspirated, I think it was.
awesome.
So
So
just happened to
really,
come across that, and we
yeah.
decided that we should get all that information together, and we'll kind of like Mike said, deep dive into that on Wednesday.
Yep, we'll have some class winners. We'll have some pictures and things like that. We'll be back to the normal show for Wednesday night. But next weekend, I am going to be in Ferris, Texas at Extreme Raceway Park covering pro mods, funny cars, top dragster, top sportsman, and probably one of my favorite classes, junior dragster, because what's going to be really fun is to, now that I've kind of gotten in the mix of that, and this will be my second event to do with the Summit Racing Midwest Drag Race Series. I'll see some familiar names and faces, and it'll be fun to watch these junior dragsters grow up throughout the years. You know, who's gonna get a real car and not want to drag race anymore and get a job and stuff, and who's gonna keep drag racing, and whose names are we gonna see in the future? So that'll be kind of fun. Racing starts at 10 o'clock both days, Friday and Saturday, but the final round is at like 10 p.m. So it's a long day, right? But if you're in the area, you've got to come by. You've got to, it's a great event. There's tons of cool stuff in the parking lot. The classes I listed are only a small portion of the classes that are actually going to be there. That's just what is contained in the Midwest Drag Race series is the, funny car, pro mod, top dragster, top sportsman, and junior dragsters. But there's a lot of other stuff that'll be going on throughout the day as well. And then, dude, Death Week starts next week,
Yeah.
like next Friday in
I can't
Chandler,
wait.
Arizona.
I can't
Oh,
wait for those pictures, man.
oh,
Those Vegas Strip pictures are going to be
oh,
on point. Jesse and Chris I know they're going to
yeah.
be finding the spots to get those awesome pictures.
And you got to think, 2,000 miles of driving in the Southwest United States is going to make for some of the coolest pictures ever. I mean, like, it's going to be really amazing. This trip, I think, is going to change some of the drag and drive community. I think we're moving towards, like, with what Race Week did this last time. We had a drive day that was 80 miles. 80 miles. It took all day. People were hanging out, they were having a good time, all that kind of stuff. So, kudos to Tom and the team over there for putting something on like this that is a lot of miles. It's 200 miles a day minimum, but also it's taking away from just the hardcore racing that we get at, like, Drag Week, or some of the other events that are a little harsher, but that's their motive. Now we got Death Week. It's going to be a little more relaxed, hopefully. So they're going to hit stuff like the Pacific Coast, which will be cool. The Redwoods, I think, is going to be really neat, and of course Death Valley. So, and then the Gray event in Las Vegas is going to be really cool. Because I think they're getting like upfront parking or something like that with the car, so that'll be really fun to see the pictures come from. I'm really sad I'm not going there, but I am going to be in Dallas for the final race of the season for the Midwest Drag Race Series. And then Southeast Street Meet is the last event of the Drag and Drive season for 2023, and is the last chance for racers to get Drag and Drive World Champion points. So this is November 9th through 12th at Shadyside. Starts and ends at Shadyside Dragway. Kind of goes around North and South Carolina line there at a couple different tracks. So what Devin has said in the past and other racers are saying now is that the tracks will be on kill. Like, we're going to see some serious bumper dragging at these tracks. So it should be a lot of fun. Should see some serious runs. And I'm not going to name names, but there are racers I have talked to in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 days that are crunching the numbers very hardcore to see if they can take home this first ever Drag and Drive World Champion.
And I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see who's going to come out there, and that should
Oh
make
man.
for some really good racing too.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think, like, well, we'll talk about it in a minute. The same weekend that Street and Yeet ends, King of the Open Road is also hosting their last event of the season in Ennis, Texas, or Enos, Texas, without the P. There are still a few spots available, so this event is going to be awesome. I'm telling you, Jared Holt and his team put on one. The drive is going to be great around Dallas, Fort Worth area, and then the racing is going to be really cool because they bring out a different level of car than what we typically have in Drag and Drive. There'll be a lot of high end stuff. So even if you're not racing, you still need to go down and see the cars, maybe do the drive in your plan B car. If your race car's not ready, just go do the drive because they've got a car show. They've got just where you can just enter and do the drive with these cars. I think there's like 200 spots available. Now, I know some people double up in classes like Felicia Smith. I think earlier in the year raced heavyweight and the 90 index. So it's like heavyweight's kind of a cool class, 4,000 pounds or heavier. And it's kind of fun. And then, dude, the last event we're going to travel for 2023, man, PRI, the Performance Racing Industry Trade Show. Dude, this is like the SEMA for race cars. Man, look at now. Listen, tell them about that sticker, dude. Tell them how they get that sticker.
So we have 300 of these, which means we will have 100 per day for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So the first 100 people that come to our booth, say hi, take selfies, are going to get this sticker. It's only going to be done at PRI, and there is only going to be 300 of them. So make sure you stop by, say hi, take selfies with us, and grab one of these stickers.
Yeah, this is going to be a neat deal. We're going to also have a few other sponsor decals and things like that that will come along with that, kind of in a, I would call it a swag pack almost. So it's going to be kind of fun. Booth 4746 at PRI, yellow hallway. And then that leads right into, I wonder if we can get rid of all of those before we have the Drag and Drive Awards on Thursday at 11 a.m. Um, do you think we can get rid of our first 100 before then, or do you think we'll have to come back and do them after that?
I don't know.
It's
I
going to
know
be
there's a.
awesome to find out.
I've seen a lot of our race car friends are going to be there already. So I know
Yep.
Klaus is going to have his car there, so that's going to be pretty
Oh yeah.
exciting.
Yep.
Just seeing a bunch of posts of people that are going to be coming to PRI, and that is
Yep.
in only 54 days.
Dude, 54 days. I'm so ready for that. I'm telling you, I'm so ready. And we'll be around on Wednesday to get the booth set up and everything. We're gonna go. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna. I can't say we're gonna go all out, but guys, we're having a booth at PRI. Like that's crazy to me, and we couldn't do that without your support, without our sponsor support. You guys really make that happen for us. So thank you very much. We are going to release on Wednesday night a full list of trophies that are going to be awarded at the PRI at the Drag and Drive Awards presented by Summit Racing. We're going to talk about all of those. We're going to talk about how to win those. We're going to talk about who is currently in the lead for all that and everything like that. I guess, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. We'll talk about it Wednesday night. Right here, wherever you're watching this, we'll be live again Wednesday night for the Drag and Drive show at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we already have 10 events on the calendar for 2024 that I know will happen. Right now, I'm sure there's others that we can speculate will happen, but there are already 10 events on the calendar for 2024. So I'll make a full list tomorrow for the website on the stuff that I do know. Right. So we have Sick Week in January, late January in Orlando. We have the circuit and Cruise and Lose on the same weekend. I'm so sad about that scheduling conflict because I really wanted to do Cruise and Lose. Both regional events, both weekend type stuff, April 19th through 21st. The circuit is at Mokan Dragway. The Cruise and Lose is in like around Lincoln, Nebraska, I think I-29 Raceway Park. And they'll do the same as they normally do, kind of race, drive to the next track, race, and then back. Drop the Hammer. We talked about them rescheduling it last weekend or last Wednesday. They'll move it to April or May. I'm guessing. I know that event will happen. Rocky Mountain Race Week is always mid to late June. We know that is happening because Matt talked about it on Adam Dory's That's Cool Drink live stream. Six Summer is June 9th through 14th. We don't have tracks available on that yet, but I have heard Tom say that it will be the same tracks or very close that it was last year. So then we have the new event, Big Sky Race Week, June 16th through 21st, and that's in Acton, Montana. That's right, Montana is getting a drag and drive event. Midwest Drags, July 8th through 12th. And that made me think I also missed, I'm sure Miles of Mayhem will do an event as well, but I haven't got confirmation from them. I've talked to Matt Lang and he has confirmed Back to the Streets will come back. I'm assuming that's going to be in September or October. And then Race Week again, September, October, because we know that's going to happen because of what Matt has said in the past. And we know if he says it, it's golden. So
Yeah,
it's
and
pretty
then
awesome.
one guy's garage too.
One Guy's Garage. Yep, forgot it. So that's 11 events that we already know for 2024 that are going to happen that we have confirmed from either the event host or someone that's very very close, or of course the website. So we're gonna We're going to put those into a list, and then we'll continue to grow those. We are working on a tab for the website to where you could just go find that very easily and keep up with everything from there. Guys, one thing we can't do this without is our sponsors. Obviously, we've said that about 9 times now, but definitely want to say thank you to them. I want to say thank you to Molly Motorsports. I will say, I'll give you a little background story real quick. My brother has been talking to Adam, who is with Eric Grillo at both race weeks, Rocky Mountain and Race Week. And there may be some pistons in the works for 2.3 Lima engines from Molly Motorsports to maybe push this little Project Adamant MG over 500 wheels. So let's thank them by playing the ad, and then we'll get back to it.
Molly Motorsports is the official piston of DragonDrive.com. Molly's Power Pack piston is the perfect candidate for your drag and drive car. Molly Motorsports competes in drag and drive events and supports our community. Project manager Eric Grillo raced a 10-second stick shift Nova at Hot Rod Drag Week 2022. He's also competed in Rocky Mountain Race Week last year with his C10 truck. Visit mollymotorsports.com for the most recent line of products.
Sorry, I was looking at a message there from Rich Guido talking about the trophies for Death Week. Did you see him? There's a skull. Says I survived. Everybody gets a I survived Death Week, and it's a skull. So it's pretty cool.
I seen a picture, but I didn't realize that was going to be a trophy.
Yeah, or like maybe a finish or something like that. So Ken White here of Dragon Drive Fans UK is saying Matt has posted Rocky Mountain Race Week 24 is nearly put together. Just a few things he wants to button up. Yeah, that's right. I'm excited about that. That from what he said during the That's Cool Drink Adam Dory live stream, that's it. Like it may hit the new Flying H drag strip in Kansas City. So we may not get the Rocky Mountains for Rocky Mountain Race Week, but maybe we can get some Ouachita or Ozark Mountains. I guess Ozark Mountains. So maybe it's Ozark Mountain Race Week this time. I don't know, but I'm excited to have it come that close. So we've heard Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Mad, which is in southern Kansas, and then Flying H Drag Strip. So that's what we've heard. That's what Matt has said in the live stream. So we'll go from there. We'll find out what all that means. So,
and those aren't really that far from me either. So might have to put that on the list.
Yeah. If you would like to see Eric travel 3 or 4 weeks next year for Dragon Drive events, you start commenting and telling him now, because I will tell you guys, we are working on that, as Eric has been in his job for a long time, so he has some built up vacation, but he's still early in the I'm going to travel 5 weeks a year for Dragon Drive. So anyways, we are definitely talking about a schedule for him and some of the events that he needs, it's kind of mandatory to attend. I think we need to do all of 1.0. I think you and I need to do all of 1.0, no matter where it is. And then we definitely got to do Drag Week together. So something like that. So we're going to work on all those. So if there's an event you would like to see Eric at and not just me, definitely let us know. All right, let's talk about Dragon Drive World Champion, because you guys can see it is behind me here in this gorgeous picture. For the folks that are listening to this on the podcast, you'll have to jump over to the YouTube channel to find this. But new points leader, Corey Thompson. Y'all, I'm telling you, early on, Corey was serious about, or he was taking this points championship very seriously. Like him and I had conversations. I know him and Eric had a few conversations about stuff. He's had a record year. It's been crazy. First 7-second Dragon Drive average at Six Summer, while also winning his class. He won and reset the Hot Rod Class ET records at both Rocky Mountain Race Week and Race Week. At Rocky Mountain, he knocked his own record off. So that's pretty cool. And then he has driven that car more than 3,000 miles this year, racing in Dragon Drive events in a car that goes 780s at 180 plus miles an hour. I mean, that is absolutely insane. I know for at least one event, maybe two, he had his son with him, which just adds a level of extra complexity, because his son, I've never asked, but I think he's 10 to 12, something like that. So, you have a kid that's can't really help a ton, but is a great help to be in the car with you. So that's kind of cool. Second place is currently Rich Guido at 102 points. And then Graham Hayes moved from first to third with the completion of race week with 101 points. So obviously, we only take the top 3 events for racers. We only take your top 3 event points. So to have 110 points for 3 events is pretty stellar. I'm putting out an article this morning that will show how he got there, the points he accumulated, and things like that. So the Drag and Drive World Champion title is still available for just a handful of racers, though. So while he has, I'm telling you, they're going to have to work their butts off if they're going to take it from Corey. I will say that. So if they go to Southeast Street Meet, they currently have 72 points or more from 2 events. Okay, so if you have 3 events, you obviously one of those is going to fall off. They could still pull this win off. They need to win their class, reset that class record, and run at least a low 5-second average. Some racers will need to run a 4-second average, which obviously makes it very, very difficult. That's a very fast car. There's several racers that are capable of completing all of those, and I've talked to a few of them. So we talked on Wednesday night. There's like 7 or 8 racers that are in that mix, but there's only a few of them that are actually able to do this. So I will say this: I will, if you have questions, message me, and I'll keep our conversations private. I won't tell other racers about our conversations, and we can go through the point series and all that kind of stuff, points accumulation, how you can get there, and a plan to win it all. So it's going to be pretty interesting. We've got a big list of stuff that is continually being added to. Like I said, I've got a few emails. I got a few emails out right now, waiting on replies back for additional prizes. So I see Ken White's question here. Rich is on Death Week. Is Corey? Corey is not doing Death Week. I think Corey is done for the year, unless we get some hardcore answers from racers that they're going to go do Southeast Street. And the struggle truly is Corey has done everything he possibly can. I mean, like, he really has had a stellar year. Like, he's won every class that he's entered. He's won his class at every event. He's reset records at the classes. Sorry, he's reset class records at the 2 events that it was eligible. So the only way he could get a few more points is to go to Street Meet and reset class records there. So that, it's been pretty interesting watching as we come into this last week of doing the math, and then I find out yesterday, thank you to Josh Norris, that there are additional points available for some of the NA racers that I missed. So that'll change up. I don't think it'll change up the top 10 at all, but it'll definitely, it changed up Josh's points. He moved from 92 points to 96 points, because there's the way Six Summer, the way Six Summer did their breakdown of classes, it didn't separate between small block and big block. So he actually won his small block class, but I only had it as a third place because he was third fastest naturally aspirated modified. So pretty crazy. But anyways, here we go. The current list for prizes for the Drag and Drive World Champion is, you're going to get a custom one-off trophy by Cold Hard Art. Y'all, this thing is going to be, I'm telling you, it's super cool. I want to have him make me a miniature version of this thing. I haven't seen it yet, but if you've seen anything from Cold Hard Art, you know this dude can put it down. A $500 Summit Racing gift card. Mickey Thompson has provided a free set of tires, plus 2 buy one get one cards. Custom embroidered jackets for driver and co-pilot, Drag and Drive World Champion, all that kind of stuff. Free entry into 2024 events: Southeast Street Meet, Rocky Mountain Race Week, and Hot Rod Drag Week. So it's 4 events that you get free entry into, and you get a guaranteed spot for Sick Week and Sick Summer. So we know those events sell out, so having a guaranteed spot is always a benefit to the Drag and Drive World Champion when you're looking at races that you can attend. We're going to obviously do a Drag and Drive Addiction swag pack, hoodies, hats, t-shirts, license plates, anything we offer, decals, everything we offer is going to be provided for the driver and co-pilot. And then we picked up this week a torque wrench for 25 to 250 foot-pounds and case from Precise Built Tools, which is really cool. So trying to gather some things that you could actually just dedicate to your trailer, toolkits, maybe some. I'm looking for a fuel sponsor. So if you want to be involved in that, or whatever you provide as your company, if you want to provide that to the Drag and Drive World Champion and co-pilot, please reach out to us. Let us know. We're going to be giving this away at the Drag and Drive Awards during PRI on Thursday, December 7th. Dude,
so exciting.
Dude, I said we were going short, but we've been 25 minutes.
Right. That's usually how it goes.
Well, I got a little rambly, and I apologize. I want to say thanks to everybody that's been hanging out, but I've really got to go. I need to be leaving the house in 9 minutes. So, we'll be back here on Wednesday night for the long format show. Generally about 2 hours is what we plan for the Wednesday night. The Redwood Rally team is going to be on the show, so we're going to talk to them about their event and some of the cars that were out there. We're going to talk about racers that are out there. Obviously, we're going to ask about route stops and if there can we add that to the list for 2024 events and things like that. So it's going to be a good time on Wednesday night. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern is when that starts. Right here, wherever you're watching this, make sure that you are following us or subscribed or whatever. So thank you to everybody that has been here. We certainly appreciate the help. And thanks to everybody that made comments. And thanks to everybody that will make comments later on this one. We'll see you Wednesday night.
See ya.